guys I'm live. I don't know if anyone's in here yet, though. Oh, we got 4 people in here. Hi, guys. Yeah, I don't have no killer intro. I mean, I do, but I'm not paying for StreamYard anymore, so.
Howdy doody time.
Howdy doody time. So what I'll do is I'll put in some music for people until people come in. I know what I want.
You know what would be funny? Is if when you were reading the thing, do like elevator music, like softly playing in the background. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like your violins playing softly in the background. Like an elegant reading in a library.
Right? You've heard the book twice already? Oh man. I was watching Mexican Homie and he was reading some of it, and then I'm like, really? This is what she's saying? Okay, yeah. I'm like, I gotta read this shit. So the book was leaked, and I ended up getting a copy of this leaked book. If you want to call it that. Who the hell has
Monstrosity.
2 chapter 7s? Like two chapter 7s, and I think 2 chapter 8s or 3 or whatever. Oh my god.
Can she count?
I don't think so. You only heard part of it? Okay. Yeah, bring on Paperfoot.
I'm here for it.
Right, me too. Have you heard any of it?
Nope, not a bit of it.
2 chapter 6s? Oh my god.
I have this thing about insufferable people.
Yeah.
I'm allergic.
Right? It's all over the place, just like the first one. I was watching an upload from Nookie, and he said 50 chapters. You're kidding me? No way. So he says, I was watching Nookie's. Fuck, what was I gonna? I hate ADHD. I keep reading the chat. I need to stop. I was gonna say something. I can't remember. Oh, they're trying to say the book is fake. Someone made it up.
Like, she did.
But yeah, she did. But he's trying to say we all made it up. Like we're sitting here going like this, right?
You can't make this shit up. It actually does come out of her mouth.
It does. It really does. Well, I want boiler. I want boiler.
Yeah. Who has that much time that we're all gonna sit around and like? We don't have to make things up. She does it for us. I mean,
right? Like she's trying to literally say, like, Aaron did. They're laying in bed as she's pounding back this. Pounding back this meal of eggs and bacon and Kit Kat bars, right? So she's sitting there and plowing it in, and he's in bed with her, and he's like, book's not real. They made it up. Meanwhile, I've heard this book. I've heard some of it, and it is exactly what she would say. Nah, she ain't pregnant. That girl's an effing liar.
Aaron makes me mad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and then after that big ass breakfast she had, she went and ate a damn burger. Who does that? Look, even let's just say I don't believe. Let's just say she is pregnant. Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you eat like that. That doesn't give you an excuse to be overweight. The reason I'm saying that is because you will have a miscarriage. You will have a horrible labor. Horrible. Because she's already obese, or as she says, obese. So she's already a beast, according to her. That's not good. That's not good. It's just not.
Sorry.
Like, why? I don't get it.
Beast.
No, she doesn't eat at all, you guys. And according to Danny, she's underweight.
Oh my god. Shut up, Danny. I've gone through 2 pregnancies full term. I did not gain weight until I was at least 6 months along. Like, you couldn't tell I was pregnant up until they really got big. And then I didn't look pregnant from the back.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. She tries to say, okay, so she had her period on October 4th, right? Okay. So if that's true, and if it's true that she has endometriosis, that usually lasts for 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks if you have endo. I know because I have it. So October 4th, we'll say, right? That brings us to, let's just say, I don't know, I added it up if I took 2 weeks. And if she was pregnant, she might be 10 days, if that. If that.
Mm-mm.
She's trying to say she's 4 weeks pregnant. That's a whole month. How the
It's
fuck are you a month
medically
pregnant when you
impossible.
just got over a 2 week period? Like what? Oh, it's
Mm-mm.
safe for you, of course, Kayla. Underweight for what, a rhino?
If she got her period on her period on
Yep.
October the 4th and it lasted 2 weeks, she's at most 2 weeks pregnant. Not even a week and a half.
Right? Like I added it up on my calendar. I was staying there. I'm like, okay, I count 2 weeks. I can't remember what day it landed on. Because like I said, I do have endometriosis, so I know exactly. I know. So there's no way in hell. So what? You're telling me you had what, a day period, and now not even a day period, because there's 31 days in this month. So if you just had it on the floor, there's no fucking way, bitch.
Mm-mm.
There's no way. There's not. There's just
Mm-mm.
not. I can't
It's
with the
medically
bullshit that
impossible.
constantly lying about.
Here's a question. We all know she lies about horrible stuff. We all know that.
Mhm.
We all know she knows she's going to get caught. It's
Yeah.
inevitable. We all know that she creates this elaborate timeline or whatever for her fascinating life and wrote two nauseating ego strokes. Um, why? Like, why do that over and over? And why does she continue a behavior that she knows is going to backfire on her?
Carrie, she gets a fake damn baby. Are you kidding me? Fake
Her
baby belly.
baby
She don't grow
alive.
fake baby belly. That girl's guts like that, man.
She's going to come out with this, like,
I have a feeling. I already know what her excuse is going to be. I'm
it's
sorry.
the
There's no way
trolls.
she's pregnant. It does not add up. It's going to be. I'm stressed out because the trolls, and because it's Feisty's fault that I had a miscarriage, because Feisty is the one making me go to Ohio. I'm telling you, she's going to say it's Feisty's fault
Oh,
that did it.
definitely.
It's Feisty's fault because Feisty is the one that's suing her. So she has a delicate. So first it'll be, I can't go to Ohio because, well, my pregnancy is delicate and it's going. I have to. I'm on bed rest as of now, so I can't go to Ohio. Then it's going to be, well, Feisty stressed me out, so I had a miscarriage. You fucking watch. You watch.
Oh, no. She absolutely will. And she'll blame the trolls. She'll blame Feisty. She'll blame whoever she needs to blame at the time so
She
she
will.
can garner sympathy and people send her
She
money.
Feisty even said that too. Great minds. No, I know it because Feisty is the only one who is got the, well, from what I understand, has got the money, is actually going after this bitch, which I'm really, really, really glad Feisty is. Enough is enough, y'all. And she's been through a lot, right? All of us have. With no, Feisty's definitely been the main one who's gone through a lot. But people being triggered, different communities being triggered, it's all Gabi. It's all on her, right? And I'm really glad that Feisty's doing something about it. I really
Why
am.
is she
Oh, and
targeting Feisty, though? I don't
I don't
understand.
know because Feisty's not the one who's sending fucking corn chips and tuna to her house. That is Swifty. That's Jessica. That's Swifty. That's not feisty. People actually threatening Gabi, because I do believe people are threatening Gabi. Yes, I do. There's idiots everywhere, and I do believe that. I do not believe all of it. I believe 10% of it, maybe 5. And I don't know. I don't know why she's going after Feisty, because Feisty is the least of her worries.
And putting her child on that stream the other day.
Right.
Have you learned nothing? And then
Yeah.
what irritates me is that she's sitting here claiming to be pregnant with another baby when she doesn't have the one she's already got for neglect.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. She wants Feisty's money. You're right. She did say that. So does Kaylee.
Hmm. You know, one of these days she's going to get in some very real trouble.
Yeah, she is.
And I think she's done messed around with the wrong one because I think Feisty's had enough.
She has. I do believe that. You can hear it. She's tired.
And targeting her husband? What the
Yeah, that's
hell?
disgusting. You all ready for this? You want to get into this book now?
Heck
Thank
yeah.
you, Lady Di. She sees money and wants it. Yeah, yeah. How'd she fake the pea stick test? Honestly, who knows? She probably ordered it off some freaking website.
You can order
She's that
pee.
fucked up. Yeah,
You,
she's that
you,
messed up. Or order something to put in her cup, because she did stir it. I heard her. You know what I mean? Like, she's that messed up in the head that she would do that. Absolutely, I believe that. Hey, Aaron.
because she knew ahead of time she would be asked for proof. Absolutely, she either ordered a fake pregnancy test or
And it looked
ordered.
like apple juice. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was not natural pee.
Get gifts.
That was
Get gifts.
stale
Exactly.
pee.
All right, I'm going to start on this. So it's called Raised by Love, Broken by Bullies. Justice at last. How I beat the bullies in court. Already I got questions. What? When? Where?
Sorry.
How? I'm
I
sorry,
may
what?
have to mute.
Chapter 1 is called Taken. Do you guys know the movie Taken? Yeah, that's all I think. Anyways, I had just promised myself and the world that I would never stop fighting. I didn't realize how quickly that promise would be tested. When was this written? I think it was written in 2 days, to be honest, from what she was saying and how she was talking. It was like, oh, I'm writing my new book. And then, I don't know, it was probably like a week later, and all of a sudden, poof, it's done. Yeah. The very next chapter of my life began on September 29th, 2025, when CPS texted me. Chat, since when does CPS text?
I was fixing to ask. CPS isn't gonna text you. They're gonna come to your door or call
Yeah.
you, then
Oh,
come
it's
to
another
your door.
pamphlet. It's book number 2. CPS is not going to text you. I'm sorry. It's just the fuck.
Mm.
So Cameron CPS texted me, and this is September 29th, guys. They said Cameron had an appointment the next morning at 9 a.m. at the CPT Child Advocacy Center, and that case management had to take him. No one else was allowed. Not me, not Aaron, not my mom, not Mimi. What the fuck? Her mom is Mimi, though, I thought. Huh? Not even his school teacher, not the police.
Why would his school teacher or the police take him to?
You know what's really
No,
screwed
okay.
up is Cameron's school teacher is the one that called CPS, and that was the final nail in the coffin to get him removed.
So it wasn't even the internet.
It wasn't the trolls at all.
Oh, mock shock. She lied.
She says, of course I said yes, because they told me it was just for a bruise. One he had gotten when he fell at the park. You mean the black eye, bitch? The one that you gave him, the black eye? That one there? Yeah, that one, huh? I was upset, but I told myself it was fine. We were already in a safety plan. And by CPS and Florida rules, every mark and bruise had to be documented. I knew I was a good mom, so I said okay. Narcissist much? Hey, Harry! That morning while Cameron was in school, I went on TikTok Live to distract myself, singing, dancing, and trying to have fun. Do you remember that when she was singing and dancing with that broom? You guys remember that? So she's telling you right now that she knew they were coming to take Cameron, and she chose to fucking go live.
Personally, I think she's glad they took him because she no longer has to tend to him. That's just my opinion.
So she's singing and dancing and trying to have fun. But before long, people started talking, speculating, and freaking out. No, bitch, we all knew. I wonder. Sorry. But then 2 hours later, I got a call from CPS. That was wrong. I'm sorry. I got to stop reading chat. So started talking, speculating, and freaking out. That's all they ever did. I just kept going until the comments got worse. Your mods, Gabi, were the ones that were telling everyone what was up. How do you think Feisty found out that your child was being removed that day? Well, you knew and you chose to stay live. By 11 a.m., my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. People were calling and texting, asking if Cameron was with me. I ignored it at first, but then 2 hours later, I got a call from the CPS worker. She said, I wanted to see Cameron now and today. Well, thanks, Teresa, or not Teresa, teacher. Like my blonde hair. Isn't that funky? She told me that she was going to pick him up from school for the bruise. But she just fucking said she knew about this. My gut twisted. Something felt wrong. While we talked on the phone, I begged her to keep me updated. She said she normally would not, but for me, she would. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm confused too. As the hours passed, my fear grew. I texted, called, and tried to stay calm, but deep down, I knew something wasn't right. Then came the call I'll never forget. CPS told me they were sheltering him. They wouldn't tell me where he was.
No, because you were the cause.
Right. They wouldn't tell me where he was. They wouldn't tell me why. She just fucking explained though. Did she not? She said she knew they were coming because of a bruise. They have to check him because of a bruise. That's what they do. She was on a safety plan and blah, 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 blah. Right? Now she's claiming and crying wolf that she didn't know any of this shit. Huh. Hey,
like one sentence away from each other, too.
Yeah, that's weird to me. It felt like a nightmare. I couldn't breathe. I screamed and cried. Why? For more than 8 hours, not knowing where my baby was. Only thing I was told was that I had court the next day for a shelter hearing.
Wasn't she live that whole day, though?
Yes, ma'am.
So, not screaming and crying and not able to breathe?
Right. She is bullshit, period. Chapter 2, the shelter hearing. The ones that, the shelter hearing she had where, Kaylee apparently had feet on the ground, boots on the ground. Yeah, okay. That night, I didn't sleep. How could I? My son was somewhere out there taken from me, and I had no idea if he was scared, crying, or asking for me. Every corner of the house felt empty without him. You
Even when he's
fucking
there.
24/7. Girl, are you kidding me? Hey, Paula.
Even when he's there crying for her, she doesn't care. So what's it matter if he was somewhere else crying for her?
I know, it doesn't make sense. And she literally locks him in his room. The fucking iPad raised that child. Like, really? It felt empty without him? Right. She did. She said there was freaking boots on the ground at this courthouse for this hearing. I'm sorry, what? Oh, we got Paula, we got Baby, and we got teacher. It feels like MP's chat again, eh? That's all you guys. Every sound in the silence. She fucking repeated it. Now, where the hell? What did you just? Is this two chapter twos? I knew there was, but now I'm really confused.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
That's probably what her parents said the morning she was born.
Like what?
Look.
And Aaron, yeah, we were all the crew's here. And Kayla. I love it. So there are 2 chapter 6s and 2s and oh Jesus. Now CPS told me they were sheltering him. They wouldn't tell me why, blah blah blah. Felt like a nightmare. Why? Was told that I had court the next day. Chapter 2, the shelter hearing again. 3 chapter fucking 2. I'm sorry, what? What?
What?
Chapter 2. Chapter 2. I'm confused.
Is she smoking crack?
Okay, I don't know. Apparently I'm starting a new chapter 2. Yeah, 61. I got it. You're right. Got to nail that in my head. That night I didn't sleep. How could I? My son was somewhere out there, taken from me, and I had no idea if he was scared or crying or asking for me. Every sound in the silence was a reminder that he wasn't home.
And I accidentally dumped all.
Me and Aaron sat at the table, papers spread everywhere. We had just bought a printer. Bullshit. She has a printer already. Remember, she printed out every single little thing that a so-called troll would say. Now all of a sudden you just bought a printer. Is that where the attorney money went? Was for the printer as well as the Apple Watches and the laptop?
You've got to be kidding me.
Busted. We had just bought a printer and the hum of it filled the room as page after page came out. Screenshots, messages, evidence, every single piece of proof we could gather that showed we were good parents, that Cameron was loved, safe, and he was cared for. I kept telling myself, this isn't about who I am as a mother. This is about lies, about strangers on TikTok who wouldn't stop calling. The system didn't know me. They only knew the noise. You don't get your child taken, Gabi, for lies. They have to have factual evidence. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. They can't just snatch his kid. Stop fighting.
I don't know if you can see the chat, but she said hi to you.
Huh?
Paula said hi to you.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I can't see the chat, so I'm not ignoring anybody. I promise. Gandalf is
that video I
fighting
made
me.
yesterday of her in the neck thing. Did you guys see my video?
Ew.
Oh,
yeah.
God. I wonder if I can see the chat without my glasses.
I swear she's popping too many addies.
That whole neck movement and everything, it was crazy. I kept telling myself, this isn't about who I am as a mother. This is about the lies. Aaron tried to stay calm, but I saw it in his eyes. He was just as broken as me. He kept saying, we'll show them. We'll show the truth. His voice was steady, but his hands trembled as he stacked the papers. I can't. Chat GPT, anybody?
Yeah.
Oh boy. When morning came, we dressed in silence. My heart pounded as I picked out the clothes, not because I cared about how I looked, but because I knew every detail would be judged. Girl, we know you don't care how you look. You would roll out in a garbage bag if it was cheap. Like, you don't care. How I stood, how I spoke, what I wore, even my tears, everything would be used against me if they wanted it to be. Walking into the courthouse felt like stepping into another world. Cold walls, metal detectors, the shuffle of papers and footsteps. My chest tightened with every breath. CPS had all the power and I had nothing but the truth in my hands. So she went into the fucking courtroom with a stack of haters and trolls comments. Are you kidding me?
My question is, all of this is about her. I thought this was about little dude. I haven't heard one mention of how he's feeling about all that.
The room was filled with faces, some familiar, some strangers, lawyers, caseworkers, people who thought they knew my story. What? When they judged, When the judge entered, I whispered a prayer under my breath. God, let the truth be louder than the lies. His voice cut through the courtroom like a knife. If that bruise had been there, we wouldn't even be here today. Boom, shakalaka. You think? I'm sorry, but when your child has a black eye, you're damn right they're going to investigate. You've been with CPS for how many years? You fled, what was it? In Indianapolis, wasn't it? Gabi fled because of CPS, from what I understand. Yeah, she'll always say me, I, exactly, Sagittarius. CPS had no real answer. Every time my lawyer pressed them, they stumbled. Their response was either, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't recall. The fucking bruise was documented. That's not what they're going to say, Gabi. Illinois, thank you. I knew it was an I, something. I just didn't know which one. One by one, the lies crumbled. They claimed I had never shown them Cameron's paperwork for his diagnosis. You didn't. I had the screenshots, text messages between me and Lindsay, the caseworker, where I sent the documents, and she replied, thank you. I pulled them up and showed the truth. On the documents, Gabi, it literally says at the bottom that there's no concern for autism. At this time, there's no concern for autism. That doesn't mean he has autism. You can't keep your fucking lies straight, girl. But don't worry, I'm here to tell the truth.
Have no fear, Nikki is here.
I don't know who, somebody's trying to get up on panel, but I don't know who it is. I'd rather just keep it me and you.
Okay.
Yeah. Then came the accusation about the dogs. Huh? They tried to twist the story, saying the dog snapped at Cameron while I was supervising. Yeah, I've seen it, actually.
What?
But the truth is the opposite. Hi, Amy.
The dogs?
Yeah, she's saying then came the accusation about the dogs. They tried to twist the story, saying the dogs snapped at Cameron while I was supervising. Yeah, she was watching her son. Well, she was supposed to watch her son. And then all of a sudden, she wasn't paying attention. And because Cam likes to hit the damn dog, he hits the dog, he pulls the tail, he pulls the fur, he pushes, he hits. He's always done that with animals. And she did that with Karen's dogs as well. So I'm not sure if it's Coco or if it's Karen's dog that she's talking about. Karen dog.
Oh.
I do know that Karen's dog did do that. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. So she's saying while she was supervising, they're saying that happened. But the truth was the opposite. That day, I had to take a drug test, and I asked Lindsay and Ella to watch Cameron and the dog while I was gone. So I think it is her dog.
Wow, okay.
So she says that day I had to take a drug test. So Lindsay and Ella had to watch Cameron and the dog, which I would assume is Coco, while I was gone. I wasn't even there when they claimed it happened. When I explained in this court, they had no answer. So now it's CPS's fault that Cameron got bit by her dog? Are you kidding me? As the hearing began, I listened to words that twisted reality and as something unrecognizable. They spoke about me like I wasn't even human. You're not. You're a monster. Anyways, like I was just a case file, not a mother. You're not. They didn't mention Cameron's smile or how he ran into my arms after school or how he laughed when Aaron spun him around in the yard. To them, we were just accusations on a paper. It was Karen's dog. But when it was my turn to speak, I raised my head. My voice shook, but I was steady enough to carry. I'm a good mom. If you have to keep insinuating and stating that you're a good mom, Gabi, you're not a fucking good mom.
Yeah, good moms don't have to say I'm a good mom. No. I don't run around telling people I'm a good mom all the time.
Mm-hmm. So she was watching Karen's dogs at that time. Thanks, guys. So we're going to go with Karen's dogs. I do know that is for sure true. I just assumed Coco because she's saying dog, not dogs, just dog. That the CPS workers had to watch Cam and the dog. See what I mean? So that's why I'm saying it. Wouldn't that be Coco? Okay. But when it was my turn to speak, I raised my head. My voice shook, but I was steady enough to carry. I'm a good mom. Aaron is a good dad. We love our son. my God. And the only reason we are here today is because of false calls from TikTok. This is not neglected. This is harassment. And I will fight for my son until my last breath. The judge listened. I couldn't read his face, but I knew one thing. My fight had only just begun. Do you hear it? My, me, I.
First off, the trolls didn't give him a black eye.
No, she fucking did. I seen it. Did you guys see the handprint bruises on his fucking arm? You guys ever see that photo? I'm sure many of you had. Legit fingerprints, bruises on his arm, his little tiny arm, and a black eye.
That's disgusting. Like, who puts their hands on a child? That just, no.
That's all right, Aaron.
I think my dog smokes crack. He's throwing a tantrum.
Oh, of course. Little Gandalf. Oh my God.
I gave
There
him
was
chicken.
a rash on his face too, and she kept him at school for that. You're right. Now we're on chapter 3. The judge's ruling. The courtroom air felt heavy. Like it. 2 chapter 3s. Okay.
What?
The night he wouldn't go back to bed, that's when the pic with the finger bruises were there. You're lucky, Nanny. It would break your heart. You'd cry. Hit this once or twice and you'll be twice as nice. The courtroom air felt heavy, like it was pressing down on my chest. Not because you're overweight. Anyways. Every word spoken seemed to echo louder than it should have. CPS laid out their side, twisting little details into something dark. They spoke about concerns and safety, but never once mentioned how Cameron laughed at home or how tightly he clung to me when he was scared. Why the fuck would he be scared, Gabi? Because you do realize the findings of CPS stated that you are the one he's scared of.
She doesn't have PTSD. She has obesity.
Exactly. They made me sound like a stranger to my own child, but all of their allegations were false, and I had the proof to show it. My lawyer wasted no time tearing their story apart. She asked them the simple question again and again: why was this child removed? Her voice cut through the courtroom like a knife. If that bruise hadn't been there, would we even be here today? I don't know, fuck. I don't know. I reminded the court that we had cameras around the house, front, back, sides, and even a door alarm. We had extra locks on the garage and front door, and a block on the sliding door so Cameron couldn't slip out. Everything was done to keep him safe, but CPS never mentioned those protections. They painted a picture that wasn't reality. Oh yeah, did they also tell the court how you actually locked him in his room? Remember the lock on the door? It's on the outside now. You lock him in there.
Why does the
The
doors?
latch lock on the other one, on the other door. I remember that.
Well, why does the doors and stuff need locks on them if she is such a great mom and so attentive? Those things wouldn't be necessary.
No, it wouldn't.
And isn't this the same person who continued a live stream while her son was putting a plastic bag over his head?
Yeah, and on the counter, and when he was on the counter dancing, and Danny was screaming for her
Yeah.
to turn the fuck around. And when she did, she stood there, went like this, and stayed on live and stayed like this.
Yes, she cared more about playing to the camera than she did about keeping her son from busting his head open.
The hardest part was knowing Cameron had been questioned alone at CPT for nearly 5 hours. 5 hours of a simple bruise. A fucking black eye isn't a simple bruise, bitch. Okay? Don't even, girl, don't. My son, who is autistic, sat in a room without me, without Aaron, without a lawyer, without his grandma. I couldn't help but wonder how many questions did they ask him? Did they lead him? Did they twist his words like they twisted mine? Even sitting in a courtroom, I wanted to get the transcripts to see what had really happened in that room. Still, my lore stood strong. She kept pulling at the threads until the CPS story fell apart. Every accusation had an answer, and every answer I gave back was backed by proof. Uh-huh. With what, leprosy?
No.
When the judge finally looked up, his words carried the weight of everything we had endured. Walking out of that courthouse, I held my head high, but inside I was shaken. I had won that battle, but I knew the war wasn't over. If TikTok could take us this far, they could try again. And deep down, I knew they would. I, me. It's who?
We're a crazy family. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's who you were. Sorry, I didn't know who you were. Yeah, just let me get through this or I'll get distracted big time. That's why, yeah, I'm not having anyone. Just me and Panda. Now on chapter 4, Home But Shaken. Bullshit.
I'd like to shake her.
Right. When the judge dismissed the case, it felt like the world would stop spinning for a moment. I couldn't believe what I just heard. No findings, no grounds to keep him. My baby was coming home. The case isn't dismissed, you fucking idiot lawyer. Hey, Angelo. Is this the sacred verses out of G's book? Yes, sir, it is.
The sacred verses. I love Angelo.
He's funny. I love Bernie. Oh, she definitely spun the fuck out on the Addies. I can't believe. I think she's on. I've never had Kratom and I've never had Addies. I do want to know though, if you mix both, does that make you go "Ooh," like you almost got like twitches and shit? Because her neck was necking yesterday. Like it was bad.
Lori does that. Have you noticed?
No,
Lori Jones does the neck thing.
she's high as fuck. Even today, her pupils, you guys, you can't even tell what eye color she had. So when she was live today and she was in bed with Aaron and they were claiming this book wasn't like real, people were telling her in the chat that they can't even tell what her eye color was because her pupils were that fucking big. And she was getting called out. But of course, people kept deleting the comments, right? God forbid you tell the truth. But people were telling her, Gabi, we know you're high. And yet you say you're pregnant? Really? That's real good. Getting pregnant and getting high. That's real fucking nice. Because she seems to be more fucked up now than she was when she wasn't supposed to be pregnant. Yeah, she was
Right.
wiggling like crazy too. Yes, she was. Addies do that and all the movement. Her neck was necking. I can't say it for that. It was. That neck was flipping. The fucking thing was like I don't know.
The funny thing is, I know exactly what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, and the eyes were darting at 100 miles per hour today. I'm laughing because it's just we
It's
all know it's not
ridiculous.
hard to figure out that it's got to be more than Addie's right. Hey, money swipers.
Oh, I love them. Money
Yeah.
Swappers is awesome.
So every day, money swipers. If you guys are into old school Lori, money swipers every single day is making videos of old school Lori, like in her trailer and just her Mickey
They make
costume.
my day all the
You
time.
gotta watch them. They're
I love
funny.
it so much.
Very funny. Yeah.
Like, never stop.
Yeah, still snorting Adderall, constant neck jerks today. Really? Hey, Steph. You love the candlelight? Well, I figured it's Halloween. Plus, I haven't quite figured out my blonde wig yet, you know? If there's a mod in here, I think there is. Can you guys put Money Swipers channel in the chat, please? And thank you. Legal math. When Cameron first walked through the door, it was like he had seen a ghost. He wasn't himself. His eyes looked distant, his little body stiff. He clung to me, but it wasn't with joy. It was with fear. Because he's scared of you? Uh-huh. How do you do what? You like candles? But it wasn't with joy, it was with fear. I held him close, whispering that everything was okay, but deep down, I knew nothing about this was okay. No, it wasn't, and he should have never, ever, ever had to, ever be taken. How do you? Oh, duh. How do you do that? You trying to find it? Thanks, Aaron. Money swipers. When she went shopping, her neck was. Oof. Thank you, teacher. It took days for him to settle back into himself. Slowly, little by little, he began to laugh again, to play again, to smile the way I knew so well. For a brief moment, I felt like maybe we could breathe. But then it happened. You miss me, Austin. Yeah, exactly. She was whispering. What did you tell them? In fact, when she did get him back for that visit, she went fucking live and questioned him, and asked him, "Who's the lady that hit you? Who's the?" Remember that she was saying, the woman he stayed the night with was trying to claim that he was being abused by her. Like this woman hit him, like what, or scratched him. Sorry, it was a scratch. I was like, what? One afternoon, while enjoying time with him, I don't believe that, but anyways, I glanced over and saw something that made my stomach drop. A bruise on his neck. This fucking girl. My hand shook as I took a picture and immediately texted it to all three people involved, both caseworkers and DCFS. I asked what had happened, how my child could come home from foster care with a mark like that. I sent proof. I waited for an answer, but there was nothing. Silence. I was furious. Not only was there a bruise, but Cameron's shoes were gone. What?
Wait, what? There's a bruise. His shoes are gone. I mean, like, what? Oh,
Yeah, she
God.
fucking tried coaching him. She did.
I'm
Still
sorry, but if
drives me mad.
my son comes home bruised up, the last thing I'm going to give a shit about is some shoes.
Mhm.
Like, uh, well, that came out of left field like a freight train down a dirt road. Like, bruise. Okay, shoes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can't find anything. Please
I
return
can't.
the t-shirts near the pharmacy. Yeah, that's another thing. Why I'm like here, guys. Please do not accept anything from Gabby Jacobson. She's has a staph infection. It can legitimately kill you. It can. MRSA is not
Why
something to
is
fuck with.
why is DHS allowing him around her?
I don't know. Well, I'm assuming it's supervised. It's got to be, right? That's my guess. It has to be.
But even then, it's still a risk.
Yeah. Staff meeting. Yeah, sorry. His
Sorry,
shoes. She's
staff.
all over. So I was furious. Not only was there a bruise, but Cameron's shoes were gone. His school outfit. And then it goes to still my lawyer stood strong, kept pulling the threads until see what the fuck? Now we're back to this? She put chapter one in here now, and now I have to figure out where the wow. Okay.
Don't do
Not only was
Addies,
there a
y'all.
bruise, yeah, it doesn't make sense. But Cameron's shoes were gone. His school outfit was missing. None of his belongings had been returned to me. It felt like they stripped pieces of him away. And if he wasn't even a little boy, just a case number shuffled through the system. The next morning, Cameron started telling us he didn't feel good. He said over and over that he was sick. So me and Aaron took him to the doctor. Bullshit, Gabby, you fucking lying twat. The doctor checked him thoroughly, documenting the bruise, and told us it was just an upper respiratory infection. Really? That's weird. Yeah, why the fuck, Mimi? Why the hell do you think Gabby is a medium? Are you kidding me? She's extra, extra, extra large. She's not medium. The fuck? They prescribed an inhaler to help him breathe. My heart broke. but at least I had the paperwork in my hands, proof, evidence. With a respiratory infection, you need antibiotics, not a puffer, bitch. Just so you know. Later, my mom invited us over to swim, thinking it might do us all some good. For a little while, it did. We laughed, we splashed, and tried to enjoy a normal day, but the peace didn't last. Aaron's phone rang. It was CPS. Three of them were standing at our door. We told them we weren't home, and they said they needed to see us immediately. I told them they could come to my mom's. A medium sensitive. Finally, I walked into the parking lot where the workers were still sitting in their car. I asked if they wanted me to follow them right then. The man shook his head and said, "We'll probably push it till Tuesday." Huh? You're all over the place. This don't even make sense. Tuesday came and went, no call, no appointment, nothing. By Wednesday, I decided to keep Cameron home. My trust was shattered. I remember that. She kept him home because she knew CPS was coming or something like that. It was some bullshit. And my fear for him was stronger than ever. I had parenting classes that day. So meanwhile, you didn't start and you sorry, I'm just gonna shut up. I had a parenting class that day. So my mom stayed with them. I couldn't shake the feeling in my chest. This wasn't over, not by a long shot. Chapter 5, building my case. We're all gonna hear it's in the book. Okay. By the time Wednesday ended, I knew one thing for sure. I could never take CPS at their word again. They had lied to me, blindsided me, and tried to twist every detail of my life into something ugly. And if I was going to keep Cameron safe, I had to be smarter, stronger, and one step ahead. I don't believe she has money swipers, not one bit. No way. The fuck? You're all old. This doesn't even make. What the fuck?
This don't even make crackhead sense.
No, because now, hey, Triple. Okay, so she said they could come to her mom's. I read that, which wasn't apparently part of that. The fuck? So this is after she said that they could go to her mom's, and now I had to go through. Oh my God. By the time they arrived at my mom's gate, I was already on edge. My mom, Erin, and Cameron went over to meet them while I sat at the table, my stomach in knots. I saw one of them snap a picture of Cameron's neck, and my heart dropped. As I sat with Jen, I whispered, "Do you think this is about the bruise, or is it something else?" Finally, my mom brought Cameron back to me and said what I feared. They want to take him again. The fuck? My chest burned. I told them no. My mom told them no. He wasn't going anywhere. He had just come home after a traumatic experience, and now they want to rip him away again. It turned into hours of back and forth. They said I could take him myself if it made me feel better, but I wasn't moving. I told them plainly that this didn't happen in my home. This wasn't me. If you want answers, you need to question the foster home, not traumatize Karen and Cameron again. They pushed back, warning me it could turn into criminal charges. I told them I understood the risk, but the truth needed to matter. They had, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't even make sense. They pushed back, warning me, blah, 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 blah. So they had questioned the foster parent where the bruise had actually happened. Oh my God, Gabby. Meanwhile, Cameron was terrified. He clung to us, running away from CPS workers. His little face pale with fear. My heart broke watching him. This wasn't protection. This was trauma. Yeah, trauma that you caused, Gabby. This is the second pamphlet. Mm-hmm. Paula.
How many chapter sixes are there?
I don't know. I think there's 2. She was trying clothes on in Walmart. Gabby, you're gonna fucking kill somebody. Stay home. You're infected. You're on a prescription because you have staph. You're not supposed to be in public. You're supposed to be quarantining. What the fuck? Oh my God. That needs to be reported. I need to call Walmart. And then
You need to call
call
CDC.
the health department as well, because this isn't okay.
The CDC would be a better bet.
Yeah.
Center for Disease Control. Because an elderly person gets that and it could kill them.
Or a baby. Oh, and it can transfer to pets too. And Coco licked her fucking staph infection. My God. Eventually, we all went up to my mom's condo to regroup. We talked and talked, trying to figure out what to do. I texted friends in a group chat, desperate for advice. They told me if you do agree, make sure a cop is present as a witness. Don't go in alone. So I called the caseworker and said we would go, but only if a police officer was there to witness everything in that room. That led to more back and forth, dragging the night on and on. Finally, I walked to the parking lot where the workers were still sitting in the car, and I asked if the fuck, Gabby, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. Now we're on chapter 5, building my case. You didn't even finish the sentence.
I feel like I'm on a bad acid trip listening to this.
No idea. This doesn't even make sense. Apparently, we are on chapter 5, building my case. I don't know. By the time Wednesday ended, I knew one thing for sure. I could never take CPS at their word again. They lied to me, blindsided me, and tried to twist every single detail into my life. Didn't I already read this? I had to be smarter, stronger, and one step ahead. I started documenting everything, every bruise, every phone call, every visit, every message. Screenshots filled my phone, pages filled my printer, binders began to stack up with proof I wasn't just a mom anymore. I was my son's record keeper, his defender, his advocate. Bullshit. It was exhausting, but I didn't have a choice. The more I pieced things together, the clearer it became. CPS wasn't protecting Cameron. They were protecting themselves. Instead of questioning the foster home where my son had gotten it bruised, they tried to pin it on me. You popped him on the mouth, popped in the mouth, and admitted to it online. Yep, you did that. But we're supposed to believe that he got the bruise somewhere else. Nope, sorry, ain't gonna happen. Instead of questioning the foster home where my son had gotten the bruise, they tried to pin it on me. Instead of admitting their mistakes, they hid behind excuses like, I don't know, I don't recall. Hi, BFF. The more I pieced things together, the clearer it became. CPS wasn't protecting Cameron, they were protecting themselves. Instead of questioning the foster home where my son had gotten that bruise, they tried fuck girl. I'm reading the same thing over and over. They thought they could intimidate me. They thought I would crumble, but they underestimated the strength of a mother who knows the truth. Are you hungry again? Amy's not Gabby. No, she's not. I swear she's not Gabby. No. She doesn't want the money, right, Sally? I have to feed my kitty cat.
Okie dokie.
I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Just, I don't know what you could look at or whatever, but here's a pretty candle.
Unlike Gabi, you actually feed your pet. I am so close to getting this diamond art painting done. I am so happy. Skinnamarink rinky dink, skinnamarink doo. I love you. I'm trying to be the what do you call it? The interim entertainment. Or intermission, sorry, yeah. I can English, I promise.
Did you guys hear anything? Were you singing
No.
Get a Marinkany? Yeah, you were. Rough you in the morning. Oh my god. Well, thank you for entertaining them. Hey, Bobby. Yes, it's been fun. The Jeopardy song. Oh yeah, I gotta play that.
Yeah, I was going. Bing, ding, 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 ding.
The Texas Gringo. Yes, that's Panda. Texas is looking for you.
Oh, hello, Texas.
Yep, CPS saw exactly what we all saw: the abuse, the neglect, all of it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know that she's ever. He's not with her, right?
What do you mean?
Like, still very supervised.
Yeah, there's. He only has. Texas keeps saying Panda, Panda.
Yeah. Why are
She
you
can't.
yelling at me?
No apology. I deserve one after being called that. Child abusing pig. Yeah, you're definitely not her. No. I'm trying to read this stupid thing, but she's all over the place, and there's like half a chapter or a page mixed in with this one. It's, yeah.
To
All right.
understand her, you'd have to pop a bottle of Addy, and we're not doing that.
Oh, thank you, Texas country lady. Happy Halloween. I think that Nikki is reading, I think Nikki is reading Should Be Put in a Time Capsule for 2,000 years.
They should call this musing of a crackhead.
Bro, it's something. All right, I'll try this again. They thought they could intimidate me. They thought I would crumble, but they underestimated the strength of a mother who knows the truth. I am reading a nightmare.
Oh wait,
I leaned on
she
Aaron.
says knows the truth, not tells the truth.
Exactly. I leaned on Aaron, who reminded me every night, we're good parents. Oh, so if you have to continue to do that, tell yourself you're a good mom. But I'm a good mom. Really? And now you're saying that he's saying that you guys are good parents? Then you're not. I mean, it's common sense. We're good parents. We know the truth. They can't take that from us. And I leaned on God, whispering prayers in the dark when fear threatened to swallow me whole. That's a lot of swallowing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if that's an awfully big ticket to be asking.
I don't know what chapter I'm on because she's all, I think I'm on 5.
Double five or double six? I don't know.
The bullies on TikTok kept calling, stirring up the chaos, but I started seeing it differently now. Their lies weren't just gossip. No, no, no. They were evidence of harassment. Every false report was another piece of proof that the system was being manipulated, or as Lori
Piece
would
of
say,
proof or fruit?
manipulated. The bullies. Moby Dick would joke. All over Walmart today, spreading staff. It hasn't come out yet, Kathy. It got leaked, so I got a copy. Yeah. I'm on 12 paragraph. I don't even
It
know.
leaked through the sewage system.
Yeah, it leaked, which I think she purposely wanted it out. Yeah.
Meaning she put it out intentionally where she knew it would get linked. She does that, you know. She plants
She does. She freaking
shit,
does.
which is
Happy
weird.
Halloween,
Like, she will literally tell somebody she knows will go to her enemies and spread stuff, and she'll
Amy.
tell them things she wants to get around, kind of like creating drama
Yeah.
in a way, which is
Yep.
super weird to me because she's continuously complaining about the drama, but yet planting drama. And no, ain't nobody got time for that.
Aaron on the live this morning swearing this wasn't Gabby's new book and the one out is fake. Yeah, I seen that. Shit. The system was being manipulated, like Lori would say.
Manipulated.
Was once meant to break me. I began collecting as part of my case. Still, I was scared. Every time my phone rang, now I'm on chapter 6. When TikTok became the judge. She's not finished. Hi, selfie.
This bitch can't count.
Like not knowing if this is rumor or fact. Well, I would imagine this is her book because it did get leaked, and I have I've been told this by many. Yeah, this is her. It's fucking. It's all over. Now I'm on chapter 6, and I didn't even get to finish the sentence. I don't know. Even after court dismissed the shelter hearing, the noise online didn't stop. In fact, it got louder. The same people who had spent months calling CPS, making reports, and spreading lies were now celebrating like they had won some kind of trophy. On TikTok, my pain was content. My child was content. Strangers who had never met me, never stepped foot in my home, never cared about Cameron's real life, were making videos and lives about us as if they knew the truth. They twisted the safety plan into their own story. That's bullshit. No, we didn't. They said it was proof that I was a bad mom. There's that bad mom comment again, Gabby. You feeling a little certain type of way? Huh? That CPS had caught me, that I was hiding something. They didn't mention that a safety plan is voluntary. The first one was, but the second one isn't. Isn't that right, Gabby? They didn't mention that I had never failed the drug test. That's another lie. You did. You came up dirty, didn't you, Gabby? They never been accused of misusing my medication. Girl. That's another lie. That's another lie. Uh-huh. You know it too. Pill count was way the fuck off. And to look at you yesterday and today, look at your eyes and look at your neck that's necking, you can kind of tell. No, you can really tell. Obviously, the pills were off. The count was wrong. Why? Because you abused them again. Anywho, they thought our CPS had caught me that I was hiding something. They didn't mention the safety plan. Sorry, blah blah blah. They didn't mention that I had never failed the drug test. Yes, you did. Never been accused of misusing my medication. Yes, that's true. Never been found guilty of anything. Yes, you have. They didn't mention that a judge had dismissed every allegation. That's not just. It's just not true. Hey. No, they only mentioned the parts they could spin into 8. Still, I was scared every time my phone rang. What the fuck? Where are we now? Back to chapter 6. Where? So this is the ending I needed for the last chapter. The fuck?
I don't have enough drugs for this.
Yeah, I don't get it. This was no longer just about surviving. This was about exposing the lies and showing the world what really happens when bullies hide behind screens and systems, refuse to see the truth. The battle had changed, and so had I. Chapter 6, which...
I swear to God, if she says bullies one more fucking time.
Right? Yeah, objection. I had that on recording.
Objection, Your Honor.
That was, yeah, that whole objection. I had that on recording. It's like, really? Every time I opened my phone, there it was. Comments, duets, stitches, people laughing, people saying Cameron was finally safe. Yeah, we did say that. And sustained. People laughing, people saying Cameron was finally safe, people saying I didn't deserve to be his mother. My stomach turned reading their words, but I couldn't look away. How could I? They were talking about my life, my son, my family, my, me, I. You fucking sound like KJ. And you both had a staph infection. Oh, and you both claim your children have autism, or both have autism, right? Jesus, you two are the exact same.
That irritates me, and you know why. It's a
high split it's a kick into a high split. What the fuck? It's a high kick into a split, Your Honor. There we go. I couldn't even get it together.
Clam slam.
And yet, for all their noise, none of them knew the truth. They weren't there in the courtroom, and CPS had no answers. They didn't hear the judge dismiss the case. They didn't see Cameron's face when he came home, pale and shaken like he had seen a ghost. TikTok wasn't just us. TikTok was a mob, and the mob had gotten so loud that CPS listened to them more than they listened to me. They will not take your kid. They do not remove your child unless they actually have factual evidence. So you're telling me if I called today and told them, well, I don't want him back in her care until next year, they're going to listen to me? Really? No. That's when it hit me. This fight wasn't just against a broken system, it was against an online mob that thrived on drama and destruction. I wasn't only defending myself in court, I was defending myself in the court of TikTok, where truth didn't matter and lies spread faster than fire. And if I thought the courtroom was hard, TikTok was even harder because in court, at least the judge had to listen. Online, no one had to. You're right. And I won't. Yeah, Gabby's obese. Yeah. We're on chapter 6 again? The fuck? The safety plan trap. Even though the judge dismissed the shelter hearing, I still wasn't free. CPS reminded me again and again that I was under a safety plan. They called it voluntary, but I knew better. I didn't feel voluntary. It felt like a leash. You had a voluntary one, and now it's a mandatory one. I had never failed a drug test. Wrong. I had
Why
never
she
been
keep saying that?
Exactly. The more you say it, the more we know it's true, girl. I have never failed a drug test. Wrongo. I have never been accused of misusing my medications. Wrongo. I had never been found guilty of neglecting my son. Wrongo. Everything in court had been dismissed. How'd you lie? Every but the truth. Every but the truth is?
What?
I don't know. She's so fucking stupid. CPS makes it impossible to say no. They tell you it's for your child's protection. They use fear like a weapon. If you don't agree, your child could be taken. And what parent faced with that kind of threat wouldn't sign? So I signed and I followed. I reported every bruise, every scrape, every little thing that might be twisted into a story. I followed their rules because my child was my world. Fucking bullshit. But in my heart, I knew this wasn't about Cameron's safety. It was about TikTok. How could you fucking say that? How could you say that, Gabi? I know your little minions are in here, no doubt. Let me read that again. It was about TikTok. Wrongo. It was about phone calls from strangers who didn't know me but wanted to destroy me. The safety plan wasn't built on truth. It was built on lies from TikTok, and I was the one forced to carry it. Chapter 7, when TikTok became the judge. PI leaked it. Aha. Yeah, actually, I did hear that too, Care Bear. Even after court dismissed the shelter hearing, the noise online didn't stop. So I'm reading fucking chapter 6. Okay, I already read that. We're back on chapter 6 again? What the fuck? And I'm back to chapter.
I'm guessing she didn't have an editor.
Clearly. And she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. So even after court dismissed the shelter hearing, the noise online didn't stop. In fact, it got louder. The same people who had spent months calling CPS, making reports, and spreading lies were now celebrating like they had won some kind of trophy. I just read this. This isn't 7. On TikTok, my pain was content. My child was content. Strangers who had never met me, never stepped foot in my home, never cared about Cameron's real life, were making videos and lives about us as if they knew the truth. They twisted the safety plan into their own story. They said it was proof that I was a bad mom. There's that bad mom again. That CPS had caught me, that I was hiding something. They didn't mention that a safety plan is voluntary. They didn't mention that I had never failed. Yeah, I keep reading the same thing over and over and over. Every time I open my phone, I already read this. TikTok wasn't justice. It was a mom. I don't get it.
Did she just rewrite each chapter like 5 times and like spread it out?
I'm sorry, I don't know what chapter we're on. Yeah, there's a lot of there is. I thought it was just 2 chapter 6s. Nope. The fear never left. It lived inside me, pressing on my chest like a weight I couldn't shake off. Every time my phone rang. Yeah, I read that. I started checking the locks on the doors over and over, even when I knew they were secure. The doors alarms clicked in my ears all night, and I kept glancing at the cameras outside, needing to know we were safe. But the truth was, I never felt safe. It wasn't just me who was scared. Cameron clung to me differently now. When he first came home, he acted like he'd seen a ghost. Even after he'd been began to laugh again. The fear lingered. If I left the room, he followed me. If the phone rang, he froze. He was only a little boy, but already he was learning what it meant to live in fear of being taken. Gabby, you're so full of shit. You smell like shit too. I guarantee
You
you
know
took a
who
shit
put
in
him
your ass.
in the position to be taken, Gabby? Do
Exactly. She should
do
have
you know
done that.
who put him in the position to be fearful? Because had you done your job as a mother, or even a surrogate at that point, he
Yeah,
would have never been in that position.
exactly.
Sorry, but
No, it's true. Right, Angelo? I don't get it. The comments online made it worse. Every time I tried to scroll past them, I'd see strangers saying he was better off without me, and I still stand by that statement. They didn't know me. They didn't know my son. Girl,
no, Gabby, we
everything's
do
on
know you.
TikTok. Right?
You live stream every aspect of your life. We know
He
you.
does. I don't even know where I am now. Broken system against online mod. That's right off drama and destruction. I was defending myself in court of TikTok. Truth didn't matter. Life spread faster than fire. If I thought the courtroom was hard to, yeah, I already read that. Now I'm on chapter 7, I think, called Living in Fear. Even with Cameron back home, I couldn't breathe easy. The judge's ruling should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. Not when TikTok was still buzzing with lies, not when CPS could show up at any time with another excuse. The fear never left. It lived inside me, pressing on my chest like a weight I couldn't shake off. Every time my phone rang, my stomach dropped. Every knock at the door made me jump. I'd look out the window, half expecting to see CPS workers standing there, waiting to take Cameron again. It's funny though, because every time CPS did show up, he didn't want them to leave. I just
Yeah, and what
don't.
lies exactly? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would like to know. What lies? Because everything she's saying played
Yeah,
out in real time in front of the entire world. So what lies?
I'd love to know. The comments online made it worse. Every time I tried to scroll past them, I'd see strangers saying he was better off without me. But their words cut deep, planting seeds of doubt that I had to fight off every day. Sleep became impossible. Because you were high, my mind replayed everything. CPS's lies, TikTok's hate, Cameron's ghost like stare when he came home. I tossed and turned, my heart racing, my body braced for a fight that never seemed to end. That's when I started to realize this wasn't just stress, this was trauma. I'd walked through fire and now I was carrying the smoke beside me. The diagnosis would come later, but even then, I already knew I was living with PTSD. No,
Bitch, you don't know
that's a
what
lie.
PTSD is.
She doesn't. She fucking doesn't. And it's a punch in the mouth, in the face, in the gut, in the tit, whatever, for her to say that when she doesn't know. You don't
I'm
just get
thinking,
to make up that you have PTSD, Gabby. You don't,
mm, mm.
right? Yeah, she's fucking triggering. Still, I hold myself. Sorry. Still, told myself I couldn't fall apart. I had to be strong for Cameron. He needed me. Aaron needed me, and so I pushed forward day after day, even when inside I was breaking. But deep down, I knew the truth. You like to say that word a lot too. I know the truth.
You know the truth, but you don't tell it.
Exactly.
I think that wording is intentional because she
I
can't bring
totally
herself
agree.
to say the words, I tell the truth, because even
Yeah.
subconsciously, she knows she doesn't.
Bullshit. Exactly. She definitely wanted it out there. CPAs and CPAs, CPS,
What is
and TikTok
CPAs?
had taken more than just my peace. They had stolen a piece of my soul. Chapter 8, holding on together. Yes, she does, dude. She loves doing that, Angelo. Through everything, the courtrooms, the safety plan, the bruises, the late night phone calls from CPS, one thing stayed the same. Aaron stood beside me. He wasn't just Cameron's stepdad. He was what?
Wait, what?
What?
What? Whoa, wait, hey, wait. Stepdad?
Stepdad? He was my partner in this war. Aaron stood beside me. He wasn't just Cameron's stepdad. He was my partner in this war. What the fuck is she on? What? I mean, I had questions because they don't.
Is that
Yeah.
her admitting that's not his son?
Yeah. I mean, I had questions, and I've been told.
That would explain a
No, I
lot,
haven't heard about
actually.
this. He denied that too.
That would actually explain his nonchalance and his lack of care for what happens to the
Right.
kid.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Oopsie.
That makes sense, though. You're right, because he don't
If
give a
that was
fuck about that child. If he did, he'd take her and leave.
right, that would make sense as to why he hasn't, though.
And stick up for that child. He won't. He sticks by her. No, he doesn't look like him at all either. No, I don't believe. You say Anthony? You know what? I was thinking that too because of the eyes. I don't know, just something about those eyes, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, people have been speculating, but I never said anything because, yeah, you know what I mean? I just assumed it was a rumor, but then I didn't know. That's what she said, stepdad. Oh my, yeah, Cam don't look like um Aaron at all. Not one bit.
Mm-mm.
However,
Holy
Anthony,
shit.
yeah, and he's got blonde hair too. Holy fuck. And he stays with her. Aaron's not the father of Cameron. It was that breaking news in chapter 6 or chapter 6. I don't know. I think I'm on chapter 7. No, it's chapter 8. Sorry. Who's Anthony? I've missed part of Gabby's history. Um, yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Jeez. Anthony is a friend of Gabby and Aaron's from a few years ago. Aaron actually had come out and said that Anthony was a P3DO. Anthony is her ex. Uh-huh. Yet Aaron allowed them to be alone together a lot. That's weird to me. From 2022, 23, 24. Huh.
Maybe he kind of did the surrogate thing and implanted for them.
I have no idea. Yeah, you
But
see
that's
Anthony in those
wild.
older videos. Makes sense because he's only 4. The only people responsible for their child being removed is his parents. Absolutely, Carrie. Gee. At night, when I couldn't sleep, he'd sit up with me while the printer hummed, page after page of evidence piling on the table. He'd remind me we're good parents. I just read that. Why is this all over the fucking place, Gabby?
Gabby's all over the place.
But even with his strength, the pressure was suffocating. We were living in survival mode. Every day felt like walking through a minefield, never knowing when the next explosion would hit. Sometimes the stress made us snap at each other over little things. Dishes, bills, and it cuts off. The truth is, this battle could have broken us. It almost did, but instead, it wielded us together in a way no one else could. We were fighting the same enemy, carrying the same burden, holding on to the same little boy who made all of it worth it. We weren't perfect, we weren't unshakable, but we were united. And in a world where CPS and TikTok wanted to tear us apart, the unity was our greatest weapon. Now we're on chapter 9. Apparently, it's called Circles of Support. Yeah, I think Anthony lived with them too. That's weird that that's her ex-boyfriend, and yet he was living with them. And so was that Emily. I believe that was Aaron's cousin, wasn't it, Emily? Yeah, they think they're amazing parents. My mom became, sorry, chapter 9, circles of support. When the system tried to break me, I quickly learned who was in my corner. Aaron's niece's boyfriend and G and him spent a lot of time together. Yes. Her side piece. My mom became my anchor more times than I can count. When TPS showed up unannounced, when Cameron came home with bruises, when I had to sit through parenting classes, she was there. She opened her home, her pool, her arms. She didn't just support me, she helped care for Cameron, which I needed to fight battles I couldn't bring him into. Sometimes her strength kept me standing when my own legs wanted to give out. Here we go, another story from Gag Me to Lie About. Haha. This is fucking crazy.
Her legs wanted to give out because she weighs 300 fucking pounds. Sorry.
It's true.
Ken. You don't gain 150 pounds in your first week of pregnancy. I'm sorry.
No,
But
you
you don't.
No. It wasn't really about those things. It was about the fear underneath. We were both scared, both exhausted, both trying to carry the weight of a system, determined to paint us as villains. I could see the toll it took on him. He had to try to hide it, but I noticed the way his hands shook when CPS pulled up, the way his jaw clenched when TikTok videos about us went viral. You never went viral, Gabi. Shut up. He wanted to be my rock, but even rocks crack under pressure. And yet, for every moment of tension, there were moments of strength. Times when Cameron would curl up in his lap and fall asleep, and I'd watch Aaron's whole face soften. Times when he'd grab my hand in the middle of the storm and whisper, "We'll get through this." Times we'd sit in silence, side by side, and the silence itself felt like safety. Who was that helped her? Her mom, she's saying.
I think this is going to be the next movie on Lifetime Movie Network, and she's definitely getting a Netflix deal.
She
This
thinks she's
is a
getting
tearjerker.
Mm-hmm. The truth is, this battle could have broken us. It almost did, but instead, it wielded us together.
Wielded? Wielded? You mean welded?
Yeah, she's saying.
Gabi?
I don't know. In a way, nothing else could. We were fighting the same enemy, carrying the same burden. I just read that too. Now we're on chapter 9 again. Circles of support. What the fuck?
She got the circles part right.
This. The mom was the anchor, but support wasn't always steady. Some friends disappeared. When things got messy, people I thought would stand with me fell silent when the hate grew loud. Others claimed to care, but whispered doubts behind my back. The sting of betrayal hurt almost as much as the lies from strangers. And then there were the unexpected blessings. Women I barely knew reached out with prayers, kind words, or even donations to help us pay for lawyers. Really? Some supporters on TikTok, the same app that was being used to tear me down, sent messages of love and encouragement. A few even showed up in real life, standing in courtrooms, sitting beside me, reminding me I wasn't alone. She must be talking about Kaylee and crew. Yeah, she was going to get Drew Barrymore to play her. But I also learned to be cautious. Every new message came with a question in my mind. Can I trust this person? Or will they turn on me too? After so much betrayal, I carried a wall inside me. I wanted to believe in people, but experience had taught me not everyone who claps for you is rooting for you. I just bet you. Go on, get it. The truth is, my support system wasn't. Holy hell, this girl can eat, or so I don't know. Sorry, she's old. I'll be right back. Come on. What's wrong? Somebody eat it on you?
Okay. Next intermission. Or we could do The Lion King. I am Bombay.
Oh my God. I'm back. You like how I'm reading it? Good.
I'm your intermission specialist. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think they came live today. Yeah, Gabby was live, and I think Lori was live. I think. I could be wrong. Oh, this hair is kind of annoying. All right, where the hell was I? The truth is, my support wasn't perfect. Some days it felt strong, other days it felt like it would crumble with one word wrong. But when the world felt against me, even the smallest gestures of kindness, my mom's hugs, Aaron's steady hand, a stranger's message, were enough to remind me that not everyone wanted to see me fail. And in a war this big, sometimes those small reminders were the only thing that kept me walking into that first class. I felt we're all over the place again. Okay, now we're walking into class. I felt like I had a spotlight on me. The room was filled with other parents, some dealing with struggles of their own, somewhat broken, some angry, some just tired. And then there was me, there because of TikTok lies, not because of anything I'd done to harm my son. Are you kidding me? Girl,
My question is, why she keep going back to TikTok? And if TikTok is what caused her to lose her child per se, why does she stay steady going live every fucking day? If a
right?
platform caused me to lose my child, you'd have to kill me for me to open that app again.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand that. Like, if it's that bad, ugh, wow.
But yet she's making the active choice of continuing the thing that she claims took her son.
But yeah, she's telling her story like she survived the whole. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Angela's gonna buy snacks and drinks. Sweet.
Yay!
The instructor spoke about routines, discipline, safety. I listened. I took notes. I participated. But in the back of my mind, all I could think was, I already do these things. I already know what I'm doing. I've always done these things. Fuck, Gabby, this is your problem. Me, I. This is your problem. You don't fucking listen, and you are wrong. Wrong. You need to shut the hell up and listen. Clearly, you don't at all, ever. Oh, you're not going to do that now. The hardest part wasn't the class itself, it was the message behind it. CPS had already decided I needed to be taught how to parent, as if Cam's love for me wasn't proof enough. Girl, he's fucking terrified of you. Mm-hmm.
Does she not understand that people, even, like, I speak from experience, even though, like, you get abused by your parent, you still love them and you want their acceptance. And you still love them, but that doesn't mean you're not being abused.
Exactly.
She acts like him loving her proves she's not abusing him. That's not how that works.
No. So she says, as if Cameron's love for me wasn't proof enough, as if the evidence I had already presented in court meant nothing, as if the dismissal of allegations didn't matter, because it doesn't. Meanwhile, life outside the class didn't stop. I still had Cameron to care for, appointments to juggle, meals to cook, evidence to keep documenting. Every day felt like balancing act, trying to be present for my son while also proving this to the system that I was present. What? I was trying to be present for my son while also proving to the system that I was present. Okay. Some nights I would sit at the kitchen table after Cameron was asleep, my notebooks from class spread out next to binders of CPS paperwork. I felt like I was in two schools at once, one for parenting and one for survival. Girl, you were live on TikTok. Nice try though.
I'm
And
in
I
work.
refuse to give them that. satisfaction of seeing me fail. I showed up to every class. I turned in every assignment. I checked every box they put in front of me. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't doing it for CPS. I was doing it for CAM. No, you were doing it because you were fucking forced. It's not oh my God. It's not
Optional.
voluntary. It's mandatory. Yep. Hey, take a seat.
Take a seat.
Still in the injustice burned. I knew I was a good mom. How many times are you gonna say that? That's enough that you would think that she'd finally realize, shit, maybe I'm not a good mom.
No, the fact that she keeps saying it tells you she knows she's not, and she's trying to convince herself she is.
Oh my God. So she says, the injustice burned. I knew I was a good mom. Aaron knew it. Cameron knew it. My mom knew it. But in their eyes, I was just another case file being shuffled through the system. And the truth that kept me awake at night was this: no matter how many hoops I jumped through, it still might never be enough. Not until you change, not until you get help, not until, yeah, you're never getting them back. I just don't believe that. Now we're on chapter 11, apparently. A broken system. How long have I gone? All right. I'll go a little bit longer. Taking my keys. I have trick or treating. Just listening now. Sweet. The deeper I went into this fight, the more I started to see the bigger picture. At first, I thought maybe it was just me, that CPS had made a mistake, that TikTok noise had clouded their judgment, that once the truth was clear, everything would go back to normal. But the longer I lived in it, the clearer it became this wasn't about me. The system itself was broken. So it's TikTok's fault, it's CPS's fault, but Gabi never takes accountability. It's never Gabi's fault, though, right?
That's Mimi's fault,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Hey, Ghost. Yes, this is Gabi's second book that got leaked. I sat in parenting classes and heard stories from other parents, stories of children removed for reasons that made no sense, of caseworkers who never return calls, of families torn apart without evidence. Some of those parents had made mistakes, sure, but many were like me, caught in a system that acted first and asked questions later. I started paying attention to the patterns. And this were this big. Sometimes those small reminders were the only thing that kept me going. Somehow we're on chapter 10, jumping through hoops, but I just read chapter 11. The fuck? Okay, chapter 10, jumping through hoops. Even after the judge dismissed the case, CBS didn't let go. The safety plan was still hanging over me, and with it came requirements: classes, check-ins, constant monitoring. Parenting classes were at the top of the list. They said it was about education, about support, but I knew what it really was: another way to watch me, to make me prove over and over again that I was a good mom. What the fuck? Walking into that first class, I felt like I had a spotlight on me. I just read that. This is so, like, now I'm in chapter 12? If CPS was the system trying to control me, TikTok was the fuel keeping the fire burning. The day Cameron was sheltered, I didn't just lose my son for a moment. I lost my privacy, my dignity, and my voice. Girl, you haven't shut the fuck up. No, you didn't lose your voice. Before I even knew the details of what was happening, strangers online had already decided the story for me. Creators went live celebrating that they had won. They said CPS had finally stepped in. They told their audiences that Cameron was safer without me. He is. They twisted the word safety plan into proof that I was a bad mom. You are. Holy fuck. Get it to your head. You fucking suck. You're not a mom. You're an asshole. You're an abuser. You are. You got a charge for abusing, domestic violence charge with Aaron. You did that. You abuse your kid, you abuse everyone around you. That zit on her head is affecting her melon. Ignoring the fact that the plan was voluntary and based on lies. Not the second time you were fucking made to. Yeah, it's the screen. I'm reading from my phone. Yeah, they do need to be notified about her staph infection because she's gonna freaking kill somebody, I'm telling you. They didn't mention that the judge dismissed the hearing. They didn't mention the CPS couldn't answer the simplest questions in court. They didn't mention the evidence I had showing the allegations were false because we weren't in the courtroom, Gabby. That's why. Pretty cool, huh? No, those details didn't go viral. What went viral were the lies. Then it says that haunted me. What? That thought haunted me. The truth was, CPS had more power than any parent could fight on their own. When that power was influenced by lies, gossip, and social media mobs, it became dangerous. That's not how the system works. My God. I realized I wasn't just fighting for Cameron anymore. I was fighting for every parent who had ever been silenced, every child who had ever been ripped away without a cause, every family who had ever been destroyed by a system that was supposed to protect them.
Mm.
My case is what? What'd you say?
I said, like, her indignance, though, like, it's not CPS's fault.
No.
And the fact that she refuses, absolutely refuses, to take any ownership at all, it's infuriating.
It is. It is.
And what she don't get is as long as she keeps that attitude, she's never going to get him back. Because until she makes real changes and experiences real growth, her situation's not going to get better.
It's not, and it will never get better because she thinks that she's a good mom, and so because of that, and she's unwilling to change, and she's never going to get that child back full time ever. Um, she's just not.
It, I, I don't know that she wants him back. Because even when she had him, she couldn't be bothered to care for him, feed him, bathe him, nourish him
No.
emotionally nor physically. It, even if he were in the home, she wouldn't be paying attention to him or looking to his needs. No, he would be a prop and a tool she used to garner sympathy and money.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what she's been doing. Yeah, she didn't do anything normal mother thing.
She's insufferable.
She really is.
And I really just. Mm,
So now she's trying to fight the internet for all these so-called families. Mm-hmm.
oh,
Every
yeah.
family who had ever been destroyed by a system that was supposed to protect them. My case was just one story, but it was a window into something much bigger, something that needed to be exposed.
Our hero.
Chapter 12, Content over Truth. If CPS was the system trying to control me, TikTok was the fuel keeping the fire burning. How is this all over the place this fucking bad? Like, I already read
Adderall.
that. Every video, every live, every stitch of my name was like another knife. They didn't care about Cam, not really. They cared about likes, follows, and gifts. My pain became their entertainment. My son's trauma became their storyline. And the more outrageous the lie, the bigger their audience grew. That is not how this works. It's called telling the truth. I'm reading your bullshit right now. Okay? This is you, all you, baby. I watch people I've never met talk about me like they were experts on my life. Thanks to you being live 24/7, we know you very well, girl. They speculated about my parenting, my mental health, my marriage. You're not fucking married, dumbass. Some even made up stories, complete with big screenshots to convince others I was dangerous. You are dangerous. Uh-huh. You're walking around. You're a walking infection, returning clothing that has infection on it. I saw it touch your forehead. You are going to hurt. You seriously, you can kill somebody. Right? Marriage? Since when the fuck is she married? No. It was surreal. Like watching a movie where the villain was me. You are the villain. But the script was written by people who had never been in my home, never seen the love between me and Cameron, never cared about the truth. How are we supposed to see love between you and Cameron when he's locked in his room 24/7? Explain that, please. And the worst part, CPS listened. The more calls TikTok made, the more CPS knocked on my door. The line between harassment and concern blurred until there was no line at all. I don't even know what the fuck I'm reading now.
Is she like trying to copy a Lifetime movie or something? Or a soap opera?
Yeah, sounds like it. Now she's.
I think she's auditioning for the next horrible soap opera. I don't think she's going to get the part.
No. I started paying attention to patterns, coworkers who didn't recall when asked direct questions, reports filled with half-truths and outright lies, judges forced to sift through piles of accusations while the real truth got buried under paperwork. CPS wasn't just protecting children, it was protecting itself. And then there was TikTok. The
Damn it with the
bullies
TikTok.
online weren't just trolls anymore. They had become players in the system. Their phone calls fueled investigations. Their lives turned into paperwork. Their harassment gave CPS an excuse to keep their hooks in me. It was like the two worlds, social media and government, had merged into one weapon aimed at families like mine.
Gabi, you're not that important.
Unbelievable. I couldn't stop thinking about how many parents didn't have what I had: a printer, a screenshot, a lawyer willing to fight. How many children were still sitting in foster homes, scared and confused because their parents didn't have the tools to defend themselves. The thought haunted me. The truth was, CPS had more power than any parent could fight on their own. Now I'm on, but then I would look at Cameron. I'd see his smile slowly returning and laugh bubbling up when Aaron chased him around the yard. The way he reached for my hand at bedtime. I just read that. Truth is, I was breaking. PTSD had sunk its claws into me, and the fight was tearing me apart from the inside. But somewhere in that darkness, a spark still burned. Because as much as CPS and TikTok tried to paint me as a weak, I knew the truth. As a weak, huh? I knew the truth. I'd already survived worse. And if I could survive my childhood, my trauma, and everything they had thrown to me so far, then I could survive this too. I didn't know how yet. I didn't know what it would look like. But I knew one thing for certain: this wasn't the end of my story. Fuck's sake, girl. The me is annoying. Now, apparently, I'm chapter 14, from victim to fighter. After hitting rock bottom, I realized I had two choices: to let the system and TikTok break me. At night, I lay awake replaying everything: the courtroom, the bruise, the CPS lies, the TikTok lives, where strangers cheered that my son was taken. My mind wouldn't stop, my body wouldn't rest. I tossed and turned, my heart pounding as if I was in danger, even while lying in my bed. Anxiety became my constant companion. It showed up in my chest, in the way my hands shook, in the way I couldn't stop checking the cameras and door alarms. Depression followed close behind me, whispering that maybe I wasn't strong enough, maybe they would always win. Maybe no matter what I did, it would never be enough. There were moments I felt hopeless, times I questioned if I could keep fighting a system this powerful and an online mob this cruel. Times I wondered if my voice even mattered when TikTok drowned it out with lies. But then I would look at Cameron. I'd see his smile slowly returning, his laugh bubbling up when Aaron chased him around the yard. I just read that part too. This is fucked. Now I'm back to chapter 14. Oh my God.
Oh,
After hitting rock bottom, I realized I had two choices: let the system TikTok break me or stand up and fight harder than ever before. I chose to fight. At first, I was just about survival. I kept documenting everything: every bruise, every doctor visit, every phone call. I've already read this. But somewhere in the middle of the chaos, I noticed something. My story wasn't just mine. I started hearing from other parents, people in parenting class. I read that too. Chapter 13. Why am I going backwards?
I don't know. I'm so confused right now.
Chapter 13. There's only so much a person can take for the crack start to show. Even after Cameron came home, I wasn't the same. I carried the fear of losing him, again, like a shadow that never left my side. Every sound outside made me flinch, every knock, we heard that, blah, blah, close, buzzing, late awake at night, whatever. Now I'm back to chapter 15, the first day back. The fuck? After Cameron came home, I decided to keep him close for a few days. He had been through so much, too much, and so had I. God forbid you forget. You can't. You have to put yourself in there. The thought of sending him back into the world so soon after everything CPS had put us through felt unbearable. I wanted him to feel safe again, to remember what it was like just to be a little boy without fear. But eventually a day came when he had to go back to school. September 4th. I remember it like it was yesterday. That morning went smoothly enough. I helped him get dressed, brushing his hair back the way he liked it, trying to keep my voice ready. You don't help him get dressed. He dresses himself. You literally tell him, I know, Lily. You literally tell him to go in there and change, go in his room and change himself. He's 4. Mm-hmm. Inside, my heart was racing. But on the outside, I smiled and told him, "You're safe. You're gonna be okay. Mommy loves you. Mommy will be right here when you're done." We got in the car. I kept reassuring him the whole drive. He sat in the back seat, quiet, holding on his backpack like it was a shield. I prayed the ride would ease his nerves. When we pulled up to the school, I felt a lump rise in my throat. This was the last place CPS had taken him from me. Just being in the parking lot made my chest tighten, but I swallowed the fear and focused on him. At first, he seemed okay. He climbed out of the car holding my hand, his eyes scanning this familiar building. But the second the teachers walked out to meet us, everything changed. Cameron froze. Then he bolted behind me, clutching my back like he was trying to disappear into me. That's bullshit. He loves his teacher, for one. Mm-hmm. His little hands gripped my shirt so tight I thought the fabric would rip. He shook his head violently, tears streaming down his face. When the teacher tried to coax him, he screamed loud, desperate, panicked. "Mommy," he cried, reaching for me, his voice breaking as if it was about to disappear forever.
Question is,
Oh my
what's
God.
she telling him to make him that afraid?
Exactly. So what's her Netflix movie going to be? Monster, the Gabby Jacobson story. It should be.
The
Keep going.
Gabi
I need to see this
effect.
one. I keep going back and forth. It's like now she's back to this was bigger than me and Cameron. I was trying to protect my son, but there's other parents. I just fucking read that. Now I'm back at chapter 15, but chapter 15 has a different title. The first day back. Okay, read that. I went into full protective mode. I documented everything, every mark on his skin, every appointment, every text, every voicemail. Every time CPS contacted me, I asked questions. I stopped letting their words wash over me without pushback. If they made a claim, I wanted proof. If they gave me instructions, I wanted it in writing. I refused to let them spin stories behind closed doors. At home, I became hypervigilant. Cameras stayed, spell that, Gabby, I dare you. Cameras stayed running, doors alarms stayed armed, and I checked locks more than once. Some people may have called it obsessive. I called it survival because when you've already had your child taken on lives, you don't leave anything to chance. Even the smallest thing felt like battles. If Cameron had a bruise, I photographed it and sent it to the caseworkers immediately. Even if he coughed, I took him to the doctor, got paperwork, and filed it away. I don't believe that. If CPS wanted to question me, I made sure I had someone else present or at least a record of what was said. It wasn't the life I wanted. I didn't want to live like a soldier on constant watch, but this was the life they forced on me. And if it meant protecting Cameron, then I was willing to fight that way. Every time I talked to him at night, I whispered the same words: "You're safe, baby. Mommy's got you." Wow. And I meant them with everything in me. Underneath, I knew the truth. One false call, one twisted story, one bad decision from CPS could shatter it all again. And that fear never left me. Chapter 17. Hey, Lions. is called A Moment of Normal. Okay. Now I'm back to chapter 16. Are you fucking kidding me? Now I'm to chapter 18, so there's no chapter. Oh my god.
Just read Gabi's book, you said. It'll be fun, you said.
This is horrible.
I'm gonna need therapy after this.
Yeah. Silencing the noise. From September 8th to September 19th, I live by one rule. Keep Cameron off social media. Is she for real? Huh. Huh. If I went live, it was only when he was at school or sound asleep. I thought that would be enough. If I kept his face and voice away from TikTok, the mob would finally leave him alone. I was wrong. You did not stop fucking. Oh my god. Every day while I scrubbed the kitchen or folded laundry during a quiet live, the same questions came flying in. Where's Cameron? Is he home? Who's watching him? It didn't matter that he was at school. It didn't matter that I never turned the camera towards his room. They were obsessed with finding him, as if proving he wasn't with me would somehow make their lies true. It's not lies if it's true, bitch. Is it a trick or treat? I think it's a fucking trick. This is not a treat. What? How do you? Wasn't with me somehow make their lies true, and then it goes to when the teacher tried to coax them. We already read that. Back to chapter 16. This is stupid.
I mean, Gabi wrote it. So, yeah.
Oh, now I think I'm a couple. Oh my god. I refused to give them what they wanted. I cleaned, I sang, I talked about faith and music and diamond art, everything but my son. I ignored the comments, even when they piled up faster than I could read them. I would not let strangers turn camera into their content, but they twisted even the silence. If they heard a sound in the background, they claimed it was recording of him because I was faking his presence to trick them. I still believe that. One night, Cameron woke briefly and called for me while I was live. I muted the mic instantly and went to comfort. Don't finish the sentence then. Really? I let them talk into the void while I focused on what mattered, keeping my little boy safe and unseen. Because their fixation wasn't about the truth, it was about control, and I refused to let them control us. Chapter 19, Going Quiet. Bitch, you've never been quiet. By September 19, 2025, I had reached my limit. 2 weeks of late night lives, endless speculation, strangers dissecting every sound in my house drained me. No matter how carefully I kept Cameron off camera, the mob kept circling, demanding proof, inventing stories, twisting silence into rumor. That morning, I shut it all down. I logged off TikTok, closed every app, and told myself no more. Now, what? Talking about driving to class, which has nothing to do with what she just said. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to go. September 3rd was the first days that I felt normal. The morning I decided to keep Cam home. And after everything he had been through, I wanted him close. I wanted him to feel safe with me by his side. We spent the day together for the first time in a long time. He had sparkle coming back in his eyes. We went over to my mom's. We had family in town visiting for Labor Day, and Cameron loved being around his aunties. The house was full of laughter, stories, and the smell of dinner cooking in the kitchen. We sat together for a meal, and I watched Cameron enjoy himself, smiling, giggling, just being a little boy. That evening, the shadow of CPS wasn't hovering over us. When it was time for me to head out to my parenting class, I felt a sense of relief knowing Cameron was stay with my mom. Wednesdays were her days with him so I could meet CPS's requirements, and it gave me comfort to know that while I was sitting in that, I don't know. That morning, I shut it all down. I logged off TikTok, closed every app, and told myself no more. That's what I was just reading before, and she went to something else. This is crazy. No more lies, no more explaining, no more letting strangers decide what my family looked like. It wasn't surrender, it was strategy. I decided to disappear from the spotlight and work behind the scenes. Girl, you never left. They couldn't see me, they couldn't twist me. They couldn't hear me, they couldn't turn my words into weapons. I focused on the things that mattered, documenting every detail for my case, organizing evidence, and tightening the circle of people I trusted. Instead of scrolling, I spent nights printing and what? Now I'm back at chapter 19, going quiet again by September 19th. Holy frig. I logged off TikTok, blah, 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 told myself no more. Part of me wanted to turn back. I kept thinking the cost of a lawyer, the chance of another denial, the possibility of facing Brownie in the courtroom again. But a deeper voice reminded me, you have the evidence. You have the right to fight back. I prayed for courage, asking God to guide my steps and surrounding me with the right people, even though trusting anyone had become so hard. All day I paced, replaying worst case scenarios. When an email alert finally appeared on my phone, my breath caught. My hands trembled as I opened the message from the court. Last time I'd received a notice like this, it was only a hearing, no protection, but this time, in bold black letters, it read, temporary injunction granted. Bullshit. Relief crashed over me so hard it felt like I might collapse. For the first time in years, there was a measure of justice, a shield, even if only temporary. I called the small group of friends who had quietly gathered evidence for me. They called me while I tried to process what had just happened. From that moment until the scheduled hearing, this is so I don't get it. Well, behavior, grown adults obsessed with a 4-year-old child they never met, no matter what I said or didn't, they didn't like the opposite, blah, blah, blah. From that moment until the scheduled hearing on October 8th, I stayed off. Thank you, Kelly. Happy Halloween. She does need true mental health help. This is insane. This is crazy.
Maybe we can book her and Psycho Bunny a suite.
I'm taking a screenshot so I know where the fuck I left off. This is insane. I'm gonna have to finish this another time. I've been on for 2 hours and I don't even think I'm a quarter way through it. This is freaking crazy. The hell?
Oh my lord.
This is something.
Wow. Yeah, because
Let Psycho pay for it. Oh yeah, she's going to book tour. Of course.
I bet she would.
Mhm.
2 years later, she'll come online. I paid this, so you now are a servant to me forever.
She is.
Talking.
This is really all over the place. I do not understand it. I've never seen a book. This is shit. This is pure shit. They do, and PB can give her husband's money and call CPS on her. I'm surprised she hasn't. Remember her.
How do we know she hasn't given Gabi money? I mean, she gives every other abusive degenerate on the internet money.
Yeah, I bet you she would. That's how she works. It's gross.
I mean, she does fund child abusers, so.
Yep.
And that's not speculation, that's fact.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, Veronica. She's BFFs with Lori Jones. Lori Jones, you know?
Lori motherfucking Jones. The gangster at the window. You know, the window gangster.
Oh, you mean, I don't know the peanut butter. I literally just said that. The title of this book. What is the peanut butter thing? Are you talking about Gabi or Lori? Well, Lori was sticking them nasty nicotine stained, rotten, fucking gummed up nails in that peanut butter, sucking that off pretty good. That almost made me sick.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Lori Jones makes a lot of homophobic fucking remarks. But she ran around the internet claiming to be gay for like months. Mm-hmm. But yet she's the most homophobic person because when Butterfly was struggling, she's like, what, you turn into women now because you can't find a man? But didn't Lori pretend to be gay because she couldn't find, I mean, it's projection much? And then she couldn't even find a woman to put up with her, so.
Right?
She
Oh,
latched
okay.
herself onto anybody she could cling to.
Pancake says Villain's ex couldn't remember PB's name, and so he called her peanut butter.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, those rusty spikes, Angela. My God, those rotten teeth. I didn't call her peanut butter. Pull up, pull up, pull up. On God.
ew, don't do that. You're grounded.
Oh my God. Oh,
Ugh.
I'm not gonna finish it tonight because I still have to read another couple chapters from the Horrors of Fox Hollow Farm. This book. I love it, by the way, but I wanted to read that and I'll put it up. Yeah, even Butterfly didn't want Laurie.
Lori was just mad that Andy was paying attention to Butterfly, and Butterfly actually had a guy
She couldn't
interested in her.
stand it.
So that's more than Lori had.
Peanut Butter removed her Awareness Matters YouTube after I called her out for being the account. PP would comment using her main account. It was hilarious. That account was gone by the end of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember something
she
like that.
talks to herself in the comment section all the time.
She's fucking weird.
Have you noticed that? She'll come in on an alt account and then talk to herself, then go back on her
Yeah.
main account and then respond. It's just, dude, do you have no friends?
Yeah, I was reading Gabby's book, the second one, so I will finish it. I'm not sure when. Tomorrow I'm going to a Halloween party. I know it's November 1st, but this is when they picked it. I think it's I can't remember where I'm going. I think I'm going to a bar somewhere that I have no idea where I'm going. Yeah. Actually, I should really ask hello, where am I going? What time do I need to be ready? Because I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. It would be
At all.
helpful to know where you're going.
Yeah, I don't wait, I thought wasn't I invited to something?
But just be careful. Be safe. Watch your drink.
Right.
There's some weirdos out there.
Maybe it was Messenger? I don't know. I was invited, I swear. I mean, I have invited myself to things a lot.
Is this one of those Lori Jones invited things, or were you actually
I don't know. Well, this is
like
weird.
Lori stole the freaking reception sign?
I,
Like, you'll never guess where I got this, and it had their freaking names on it. You idiot!
I'm just like, I still can't believe she stole that.
I can,
Fucking
Lori.
idiot. Oh, I'm going to Spencerville. Okay. Oh, I'm going to a hotel.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
say, I'm pretty sure I did not make this up. You know, I'm going somewhere. So I'm going to
I'm
Spencerville.
horrible about plans. Like, I know I'm invited to something, and like I forget.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna be a wedding crasher. I have the invite, I swear. It's right here. I'm gonna ask though, like when are we going? Who's picking my ass up? Because I don't drive. You can barely hear me.
You're my soul person. I have ADHD as hell. And like, unless I'm actively thinking about, I can forget where I'm going while I'm going there. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get up and go straight to the bedroom because I was gonna grab something. And by the time I get to my bedroom, I don't even know what I came back there for. It pisses me off a lot because like how the fuck you just forget. I got up and went over there. I'm a horrible drunk. I haven't started drinking at all today. I'm so bad at this. I'm gonna ask her, what time are we going? See, I almost forgot.
Like, I lost my keys the other day,
Oof.
and I opened the fridge for some reason, and my freaking keys were in the fridge.
That's like me. I fucking put milk in the cupboard.
Yeah, and the drink I grabbed was, on the counter where I normally put the keys. And then I lost my cell phone
Shit.
while talking on it. I had uh, my Bluetooth in my ear, walking around with my cell phone in my hand, looking for my cell phone.
Oh my god. Okay, I will
It,
say I have done that.
my oldest was like, "What you looking for?" I'm like, "My phone." He's like, "Okay, what are you talking on right now?" I'm like, "My phone." He's like, "And you're looking for my phone?" He's like, "Mom, look down." I'm like, "Oh." I was looking right at it too. So why? I don't know what the hell that was.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I've done that before too. I also had a container of food that I meant to put in the fridge. It was leftovers. And instead I put it underneath the sink near the garbage can with the cleaner. I don't
And
and I don't know. I know I put it in there. Like in
and
the
so
fridge. I
now
I know it, but sure enough, I don't know. I found it like a month later. It
they
was completely molded. I'd throw the whole container out.
now they like to ask me, "Hey, you got your phone, Mom?" I'm like, "You shush." Turkey heads.
Right. Well,
I
I will
cannot
move.
believe I did that.
Oh, girl. Well, I'm glad you came up on panel with me. Thank you. You kept me company.
And too. This has been delightful.
I'm gonna have to
Confusing,
do
but delightful.
very confusing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read the rest of it. Not tomorrow because I am going. So I'm going to a hotel in Spencerville. I did not know that there was a fucking hotel in Spencerville. So I'm assuming, uh, I don't know. I guess there'll be people there. I have no idea. Well, I'm assuming there's people there. A hotel though?
Yeah, they have bars and hotels.
I just don't recall seeing a bar there or yeah, like a hotel there.
Hmm.
Guess whose smoke alarm went off in the middle of the night? Karma, ladies and gents. Whose? Yes, Toronto. Ooh, ooh.
I think I'm going to do spooky stories. The wind is blowing really hard out here.
I'm freezing. I feel half naked. Like I'm in a little dinky ass shirt, little
Like
cowboy shirt or cowgirl
it,
shirt to go with
it's
this silver ass looking hat.
it's actually moving the trees. It's blowing so hard.
It is cold right now. Oof, my feet are
Like that
freezing.
wind has got to be doing at least 40 miles an hour to move those big ass trees.
Of course, you guys kept me company. I'm sorry. Oh, I feel bad.
They're amazing.
I love reading the chat with you guys. You guys are hilarious.
They
I'm
are.
freaking cold. I don't get it. Or do get why I'm cold. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up where the fuck this barn. I was reading Lily's
The
comment.
barn.
Spencer
Like, I'm
Forest.
surprised y'all can't hear the wind because it's going a whoosh. I'm like, Jesus. There's the wind chimes.
Not Spencerville Fair, Spencerville Hotel. I've never seen it. I didn't know that they had one. There's no, it's like, it's got like maybe a couple stores. There's the
Hmm.
bars. Johnstown, Bridgewater. There's no freaking hotel. What are you talking about?
Oh, there's a girl I watch from Canada. She's not in the drama universe, but it's Sagittarius Shorty.
I never heard of her.
She's
I am half naked, yeah, very much.
like a legitimate prostitute.
What?
and she live streams her escapades and talks
Yeah,
about
been done.
um her Johns. Like she openly talks about it, and it is hilarious sometimes. So when I think about Canada, I think about Sagittarius Shawty out here, you know, turning trick.
I
I think she's in
don't.
Toronto.
Oh, really? I was born in
Hmm.
Toronto.
I'll have to send you a link to her. She's pretty
Yeah.
damn funny. And the fact that she's pretty open about what she's doing when she's doing it,
Really?
it's crazy. Like she talks about like her interactions, and sometimes they can get kind of wild. Like some of them are crazy, and she has to get the police involved. I'm
I
going to
don't
hell for
understand.
laughing at that, but
Yeah,
look,
dad challenge.
she had to have one removed recently.
Used to like ducks until JJ assaulted us with all her. Yeah.
Hey, leave my ducks alone.
Okay, I'm not seeing the hotel at all. So
Do
maybe I
y'all
should.
have Google Maps in Canada?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna have to. There's a
Because that
hotel
should pull it up.
museum. Whoa,
I want to go to Norway. I've been to Canada a
Norway.
few times.
The old, the old school. There's not carpet. Something. Gas. What's a fire station? There's no freaking hotel. I know. I've never seen one.
It's Bates Hotel.
In that case, I'm going.
I want to do a thing on the Bates Hotel, or at least the place the movie was kind of inspired by. And then I
Yeah,
want to do a thing on the hotel The Shining was based on. The hotel in The Shining.
yeah, I believe so, Kelly. I do.
Oh, we need to
I
do a thing on the Conjuring movies.
yeah,
There's a legitimate thing where every movie they've done, the people who play Ed and Lorraine have been actually attacked by demonic entities. And the
I heard
things
that
that have
too.
happened on set have been insane. Like documented things.
Yeah, they've had a lot of things. Yeah, you're right. The one who plays Lorraine, she had mentioned that.
Yeah, she's
I
been
can't remember.
actually harmed, like physically
Yeah,
harmed. And she says they don't talk about it when they're not doing the movie, that because if they do, it attacks them.
right. Yeah.
Like that's fascinating as heck. And I
Old
thought,
Joe's hunting supplies. I don't see no fucking. That's what I see. Old Joe's hunting supplies. I
I
don't
thought you
see
said
no.
humping shack.
I'm not seeing nothing about no fucking hotel. I'm gonna keep doing this until I
Uncle
find it.
Joe's humping shack. It's like,
There's
well,
nothing here. Spencerville's got nothing. An island? What the fuck is the island? Where the hell's that?
don't
It's not
go there.
here.
It sounds ominous.
The island, it's called.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but like you're gonna end up going somewhere with like a really super horrible name, and I'm gonna be like, don't go there. This is how horror movies start. Have you never watched horror movies? No.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a
but
good movie I just watched with the littles this week. It's a
oh
horror
yeah,
movie. It's called The Host. And I thought it was gonna be another crappy, you know, Zoom call movie. Kinda like what was it called? There was a movie where these friends were all on a Zoom call and they all one by one started getting hacked off by a ghost.
Ooh.
Missed call or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
oh no,
Think
something
about it.
friend, unfriended,
Oh yeah, I seen
called
that one.
unfriended. I thought it was gonna be another crappy one like that, and it wasn't. This one was really good. These
Good.
group of friends, older like our age, decided to have a Zoom seance over the COVID epidemic.
Uh,
And they opened a doorway, and the way they did it was a legitimate thing that can happen. And it went horribly bad.
shit.
It was amazing. You have to watch it
I will too.
because it
I got to
legit scared the shit out of me. And you actually see the demon in there, like at the end, but it's insanely intense. Like the first 20 minutes is a little slow,
Yeah.
but once it gets started, you're on the edge of your seat the rest of the movie.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's a good one for you guys to watch. You're welcome. I also
Thanks,
thought
Dad.
about doing like a review thing on scary movies and like ranking them because I watch a lot of scary movies.
Yeah, me too. That's my go-to. I know, baby. I'm going, honey. Sorry.
You're being rushed.
By my kitty. Yeah.
They're
He's just
bossy.
like a. You can't really see it. I'm just wearing like black tights with this little yeah, baby blue shirt and my silver hat. Yeah, I'll get off here. I gotta go feed her again. She's old, so it's like every 5 seconds. She doesn't even know what she wants half the time.
She's
Yeah,
earned extra food, so.
you get whatever you want. I got tuna. Oh, you want some tuna? I'll get you some tuna. I'll get you some tuna.
All right, guys. Good night, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. So tomorrow I will not be available for a live. I will be at a so-called hotel. If you don't hear from me in the next day, please reach out because I don't know where
I'm calling in the troops if you don't respond in the next day or so.
yeah, ever
I
since
think
I'm
she
like,
went to a shady hotel somewhere in Canada.
oh my God. I'm coming, Claire. All right. You guys have a great night. Thank
You
you so
too.
much for
Good
joining me.
night.
All right. Good night. She's meowing at. All right. You guys have a great night. I'll read a couple more chapters from, not from Gabby's book, but from the other one I'm reading, and I will post it. Yeah. Um, all right. You guys have a great number column. Here's my number. All right. You guys have a good night. Bye.